Hey guys, it's your girl Mia. Today we're going to be doing a smoky eye makeup tutorial and we're going to use all drugstore products. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So guys, today what I want to do for you is make you a nice smoky eye using products that you can get virtually anywhere. You can get them at Walmart and drugstores such as CVS Pharmacy or Walgreens Pharmacy. Things that are very cost effective so it doesn't break the bank but yet you still get a high-end look. So let's go ahead and get our makeup started. So guys, what I went ahead and did before we started is I went ahead and did my base routine, did a little bit of contouring, a little blush, foundation, and then I went ahead and carved out a little bit of the eyebrows so that way it looks a little bit more smooth. Now, what I'm going to start with is I'm going to take a fluffy brush, any will do, and I'm going to pull up this relatively, I want to say it's like about a year old palette, so it's been out for a little bit. It's called Maybelline New York and the color is Gray Matters. It's number 80 and it's going to be these colors. All right, so we're going to take the darker color. Oftentimes we like to start with blending it out with a very neutral color, but I'm going to try to make it as easy as I can for you to get this look without having to do too much technical work. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to use my middle finger to kind of anchor my eye, and I'm going to go into the crease of my eye. Right there, I'm going to go ahead and start going back and forth, and then you'll see that I kind of start buffing it by doing little swirly motions. Okay, now if you're not used to color, this is going to take you a minute to get comfortable. Now I want to continue to build the product until I get to the desired color. Okay. Now, even though this does say gray, it has a little bit of a blue hue, which I actually like because it's going to match the outfit that I'll be wearing it with. So just be cautious if you're not wanting it to have a blue color. Make sure that you are looking at the undertones. Now, I really like wearing blue on because I have green eyes, and it really makes green eyes pop. I also like to use with green eyes anything that's like a rust color. Really brings out those colors. Now if you have blue eyes, you may want to do like a brown smoky eye because that really accentuates blue eyes, should I say. Now we're going to switch over here to this other eye. We're going to do the same thing. I like to go ahead and do mine both at the same time. Now if you prefer, you can do one eye at a time. Whatever makes you the most comfortable. All right. Now I'm probably going to come back and add more pigment to it as we go. But for time purposes, we're going to go ahead and move on. And then we can also look back if we need more pigment, we can. If not, then we won't. The next color we're going to use is we're going to use this lighter color. It's got a little bit of a sheen. And we're just going to put that on the base of our eyelid. Now you can use a flat tapered brush like this, or for simple purposes, some people like to use their finger. You can use your finger just like that and just tap it on. Now I can tell you, if you're looking to get a lot of pigment, I do like to use my finger. It's not going to hurt anything. Now I have washed my hands and make sure I properly cleaned them so that way we're not introducing more bacteria to our skin. Now what I'm doing, there's just a tapping motion so that way I can make sure that it's packing it in so it doesn't move. And we're just kind of working it into the part that we already did earlier in the crease. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to get a little bit more pigment and I'm going to do it a little bit in that eye line, or should the crease of the eye right here, wherever when you open up your eye, you can see that crease. So I'm just going to work that in right there. And we're really going to focus the pigment on that, because what we're going to do is the stuff that we used earlier, that's going to be basically where it starts to fade. we want the crease to actually be where most of the pigment is located. We're going to keep on doing that. And what I'm going to do here in a moment is we're actually going to use a black to define the outer corners of the eye. Okay, and you'll notice that it's tremendously a lot. I don't want to say tremendously. It's actually gotten a lot darker, but it's blended a little bit out to the edges. Now, at the very end, if you've got a little bit of rough edges, what you just simply are going to do is take a clean brush and you're going to go to the outside and buff it off. You can also use something that, like another blush that's skin colored. That's a really great way to kind of reduce the edge harshness. All right, so what I'm going to do now, and you'll notice I do this a lot, is anything I do to the top the top eye, I want to carry down to the lower eye line, so that way we can actually kind of make it blend well, and it also increases and emphasizes that area. Now I'm just going to use that same flat brush, and I'm trying to use minimal brushes so you can see it can be done with multitude of different ones. This is just the easiest way I can find. So I've put some product on the end of that, and it's the dark color, and I'm just going to go right to the corner of my eye, and I'm going to just kind of gently brush that pigment onto the bottom of my lash, close to the waterline but not in it. Do that with the other eye. Now you'll notice that I'm not going all the way in to the corners, because what that would do is actually close off your eye. We don't want to close it off, so we're going to stop relatively about halfway, maybe a little bit more, just depending upon the size of your eye. All right, a little bit more pigment right here. I'm just joining the outside of the eye, because what we're going to do here in a minute is we're going to actually add an eyeliner in a wing, just a small one. We're not going to go too crazy. All right, and I'm just going back in with a little bit more product to darken it up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just taking a whole nother palette. Now this is the NYX palette called Love in Florence. It is, well, it's the Love in Florence style, but it's the Prima Donna LIF07. So this is the palette, and then this is the actual colors. And let's open it up. Now you're gonna see, really right now, all I'm doing is using this black shiny color right here. And I'm just gonna focus those on the outside of my eye. And I just pounce the brush just a couple of times. Very little product, because black is not as forgiving as the other items, or the other colors. Today I am tongue-tied, you guys. So what we're gonna do is we are focusing on the outside of the eye, and then we'll bring it in just a little bit onto the lid. And you're noticing I'm going very slow with this. Now we're gonna take that same brush without applying any more product, and we're gonna focus on that crease. Again, not moving above the crease line, because we don't wanna darken the upper part. Now, I put more product on the same brush, and I'm going real gentle in that crease. We're gonna anchor the eye, and we're gonna do the same thing over here. Now, if you guys are going out somewhere fancy and you really want to dress this up, on your actual eyelid, you can use a sparkly silver. NYX has some great like roller balls that has a lot of pigment and a lot of sparkle. If you like sparkle, that's really one I would recommend. They also have a great glue for it, or a primer, so that way it holds tight, so all night, instead of it flaking into your eye, it'll actually hold on to it. And again, I'm just in the crease. All right, here. Now we're gonna take that same black, just like we did the blue, and we're gonna go down this line right here, just like we did with the other. Now, one thing you can do, if you did want to add a little bit more color, you can actually use a very light brown to smoke it out too. And basically you're just buffing the color onto the bottom lash. Okay, So now that we've got that done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the palette that we had before, the Maybelline palette, and get that lighter color again on the finger. We're going to pack it back here because it tends to fade a little bit when you're putting the other colors on. Looks like I want to get a little bit more right here. Now, you can use a little brush like this. Let me put my hand up there. Or you can use your pinky, it'll work as well. But take that light color and put it right here in the corner. Or I like to, and then just kind of drag it toward the lash line, towards the product you've already applied. It's just gonna highlight it. You can also use a highlighter if you want to do that. But this one's got a good shimmer to it, so it makes you look a little bit more awake. Now, some people prefer not to do this. Some people don't like it. If you don't like it, guess what? As I've always said, this is your makeup look. You get to choose what you like and what you don't. Never stop doing something that you think you like because you don't like one part. Because you can omit that. You can make it what you would like. All right, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I am going to use, this is the 171 Blackest Black L'Oreal Infallible Eyeliner Pot. Okay, so I'm going to show you this, see if we can get it to zoom in. And it looks like this, and then when you open it up, has some product inside. It comes with a brush. It's a small brush like this. Now you can, if you don't have one of these, don't go out and purchase one. There's no need to. But I like to use this for my eyeliner. It will stay really well. It's actually a really good product. If you're going out, say it's your wedding, or if you're wanting to go out in the town and you need something to hold tight, this one's a really good product. Now I take very small amounts of it onto the edge of the brush, and then I'm going to anchor the eye, and I'm going to start towards the interior water area, and I'm just going to take it and touch it. And then anchor that eye, close it. And just drag it. And if you're kind of new at this, or if you struggle with this, this is a really good product, and start really slow. Start really slow and just keep adding more until you get the desired look. Okay, so I'm going to leave that good enough for now, and then I'm going to move on to the other eye. Now, I'm going to leave a little bit of room because, as I always say, my eyes are sisters, not twins, same as my eyebrows. So they don't always look exactly the same, and this gives me a little more leeway if one wants to be a little bit more fussy. I'm going to get a little bit more product. We're almost there, guys. Now you want to get it close to the lash line as you can. Now, if you have very thin lashes, you might notice that it kind of is a little bit see-through. Or if you have very thick, you may not even decide you want to line the upper. You may just want to line the inside waterline. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that same pot and I'm just getting a tiny bit on the tip of the brush, and we're going to do this. Let me get a little bit off of it. You're going to take it and you're going to start on the outside of your eye and go down just a little bit. And again, we're not going to go all the way to the inside of the eye because we don't want to shut it off. So we're going to take the same one that has a little bit of product still and do the same thing. And again, I'm not going, I'm kind of going at an angle. I'm not going straight across. And the reason I'm doing that is because I have small eyes. I always talk about that, and I want to kind of bring it down. So we're going to stop like kind of towards the center of the eye. And then we'll clean that brush. Make sure you keep it clean. That's very important. Just for a dramatic, more of a dramatic effect, what I'm gonna do, and this can, some people like to do this. Some people says it does close off your eye. Now, if you're really trying to make your eye pop, you can actually go in with a skin colored, that's the easiest way to say it, but like a beige color or whatever your skin color is or type, you can actually go in and use a eyeliner pencil that's actually gonna match what the color of your eyelid line, your waterline, should I say, and it will actually give the appearance, or you can even use a white. Some people like to do that to open up the eye, kind of extend it. But what I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to take a pencil, and this one is just the Wet n Wild, very inexpensive. I want to say it's like $1, and it is the Kohl crayon, and it's in the color, let me look here and see if it has it on here, 610A, which is a quartz, which is a dark blue color. So I'm just going to take it and I'm going to pull the lash down just very gently, and we're going to use it to do the waterline. Now I'm not doing the full waterline, I'm just kind of putting it on the edge of where I applied the product. So we're not getting it too close to the eye. And then I'm going to follow it down just a hair. Put that blue right there. All right, that looks good. Now this is not a step that has to be done. You can actually still get the same look without applying that. That just adds a little bit more drama. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that same flat brush that we did earlier and dip it into the dark blue, and I'm going to smoke out the eyeliner that we did. Now smoking out is basically just blurring it a little bit with the powder. Now we're putting a little bit of product on it, but we're going to tap it off so we're not getting a lot of fallout, which can actually cause the bottom of the eye. If you do get some fallout, that's okay, because we can brush it away with a little powder. This will also help set your makeup, your eyeliner, should I say. You just kind of smudge it along. All right, so we've got that taken care of. Now what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna get me a clean brush. Let me get one here, just get some of this product. I tell you what, let's just do this. We'll take some product off and make sure it's not on there. Well, let's not risk it. Let's change it. I changed my mind, guys. Let's see if we can find another one that's gonna be a little bit better here. I'm gonna go ahead and run in and put on my lashes, and I'm gonna grab another one another brush so we can carve out our eyebrows, and then I'll come back. Alright, so what I did is I went ahead and grabbed some drugstore lashes. This is the Ardell Professionals Natural Lash. They're called Babies, and I got it in the black. I went ahead and glued them on. I also went ahead and added some mascara. This is my favorite mascara, whether it be high-end or drugstore. And this is going to be the Voluminous Lash Paradise. And the black is black, which you guys have seen me use that in the past. I hope you guys like the look. If you have any questions, or if there's anything that you would actually like to have me demonstrate, or you have questions about, or you'd like to see in future videos, please go ahead and comment below and I'd be happy to do that for you. All right, guys, you guys have a wonderful day and thank you for your time.
Missing someone